Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, my teachers, colleagues and friends. As we all know, the commonest cause of death in the whole world, whether it is a developed country or an underdeveloped country or so-called developing country, is myocardial infarction. So coronary artery disease is particularly common among the South Asian population. When we talk about South Asian population, it accounts for 20% of the world population. Every one of 5 people are from South Asia, and they are from either India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka. And we have seen, and anecdotally, and has been proven in many studies, that the prevalence of coronary artery disease is much higher among these South Asians. Some studies have proven that the first myocardial infarction occurred in South Asians about 10 years earlier when compared to the Caucasians. Now, there are a lot of studies done to find out the cause for this. Still, it is not clear. However, the hypotheses include the genetic variations among these people, and also the dietary patterns and so on. However, the size of the coronary artery has also been thought playing a role in higher prevalence of coronary artery disease among South Asians. So, because they were thought to be smaller in size when compared with Caucasians. So, our study was conducted to compare the size of the luminal area between the South Asians and Caucasians in order to find whether our or the South Asian coronary arteries are smaller. Now, this was done using a newer technique. That is the importance of this study. We used a large database of CT coronary angiograms done at St. Paul's Hospital, Vancouver, in Canada. So we had to review about 1,200 coronary angiograms in that database. Now, in those countries, before any investigation like this, we have got consent from the patient and also distributed a questionnaire to collect the data about the demographic, data about their risk factors, and so on. And we have got the consent to use them in clinical research, but maintaining confidentiality, not to reveal their names or any other identification details. So in that database, we have asked for the ethnicity, and we have got the South Asians self-identified as South Asians as well as Caucasians, and teased out the other ethnicities like Negroes and Chinese people. Now, this is the way we used to measure coronary artery sizes. This is conventional invasive angiography. This is an angiogram done just last week, just to illustrate how we do. This is the catheter. This is the catheter. This is a 5 French catheter used. And we know the size of this catheter, and we calibrate this size, and then use that measurement to look at the diameters of these coronary arteries. Now, this has various limitations because this is only a 2-dimensional structure, and when we use this, and also, although you can see all these in the 2-dimensional plane, actually these are in 3-dimensional planes. So the real diameter of this catheter will not give accurate measurements in the coronary arteries there. So previously published studies have used measuring these conventional angiography. Now, CT coronary angiography is a newer technique. It's also available in Sri Lanka nowadays, where it's a non-invasive procedure where we inject the contrast into the veins and take CT angiography pictures. Now, actually, these are the arteries we use for analysis, but you can get these nice pictures of coronary arteries that is good for the patient to look at their own coronary arteries. But the real evaluation is done using these CT coronary angiography pictures. So the importance of using CT coronary angiography is you can look at the coronary artery in multiple planes. Now, in your digital cameras, we talk about pixels. That is a two-dimensional small square where you record the data. Here, we are talking about voxels. It's a cubic, small cubics where we use the data, and we can use this data to look at the coronary artery in multiple planes. So what we normally do is we take this artery, this left main coronary artery over there, and we get the plane exactly perpendicular to it and get a cross-section of that artery. And we can enlarge this and use to measure the luminal area. So we thought measuring the luminal area gives a better measurement of the coronary artery size. So this is a left main coronary artery we have measured there again. So what we did was in those angiograms, selected angiograms, we measured the luminal areas of the left main coronary artery, proximal part of left anterior descending artery, proximal part of left circumflex artery, and proximal part of right coronary artery were measured. Because these are the main coronary arteries and the proximal segments. Right? All these angiograms are analyzed by a competent radiologist and a cardiologist who were trained to report CT coronary angiography independently. In North America, it's a requirement for both radiologist and a cardiologist to report these and sign off these reports together, because it is believed that the coronary anatomy and the clinical interpretation is better done by the cardiologist, and the non-cardiac problems that is found during this angiography, such as lung tumors, liver tumors, and so on, lung fibrosis, will be better reported by the radiologist. So it is a combined effort, and people, the trained or level 3 trained investigators did these measurements. And also, what we got was anonymous CD from the database. Once we collected, I don't know whether I mentioned before, maybe one thing I missed, all these, we selected a group of patients, South Asians, and about 88 patients, and we, out of that large database, we got a matched sample, gender, age, and body surface area matched samples, and their coronary dominance also matched. So this is a well-matched sample. Now one may think that Caucasians are bigger people than the normal South Asians, but here we selected the sample, same age, same gender, same body surface area, and same coronary dominance. You know that 90% of the coronary arteries are right dominant, and 10% are left circumflex dominant, but we got those dominance also matched. So the continuous variables, including the luminal areas of the coronary arteries, were matched using the t-test, and also the discrete variables were matched using the chi-square test. So these are the results. Now these are the demography. Because we got a patient-to-patient matched sample, the gender, the age, and the body surface area are exactly matched. So we took, if the patient is 52 years, got a person exactly 52, 53, or 51 year, plus or minus 1 year difference age. So they are exactly matched samples. However, when we look at the risk factors and so on, South Asians had more diabetes, Caucasians had more hypertension, and smoking was more among Caucasians, and also This is again a very well matched sample because we purposefully matched this. So it was a very well matched sample. However, the risk factors were, the prevalence of risk factors were different in these two groups. These are the results. Now, this row shows us the luminal areas, the mean luminal areas of the left main coronary artery, left anterior descending artery, circumflex artery, and right coronary artery. And this row shows us the same measurements of the Caucasians. So, while the left main coronary artery luminal area difference was not statistically significant, all the other three arteries areas were statistically significant. If we had more numbers, this would have become, if you look at the trend, this would have become significant as well. The only limitation that we can think of about this study was that we couldn't match, although we matched the gender, age, body surface area, and the coronary dominance, we couldn't match the left ventricular size of these patients. When we do angiography, we know that if they have dilated cardiomyopathy, they have larger size coronary arteries. However, because these patients were outpatients and came specifically for CT coronary angiography, we didn't have their echocardiographic data. Therefore, we couldn't measure their left ventricular mass indices or left ventricular sizes. If we match that also, the results would have become more accurate. So, Mr. Chairman, in conclusion, we can see that the coronary artery luminal areas of the South Asians were smaller than Caucasians. The postulated causes of this is maybe it is a genetic variation, or maybe that they have early intimal thickening as a result of early atherosclerosis. So giving rise to smaller luminal areas. Thank you.
Thank you very much for a nice presentation, and congratulations for that nice hypothesis that you thought that South Asians would have smaller coronary arteries. And I'll open the forum for discussions. Any questions now? May I start a question? Did you match them for the drug usage? Because if they were on vasodilators for any reason, and particularly Caucasians had a higher incidence of hypertension, if they are on vasodilators, their coronary arteries would get dilated a little bit, isn't it? And did you look at that?
Yes. In this, I didn't explain the way we do the procedure. They all get vasodilators at the time of their coronary angiography. Because it's a even in non-invasive conventional angiography, we tend to inject nitrates into the coronary arteries. So unless there was a contraindication to use nitrates, they all were injected intravenous nitrates at the time of, just before injection of contrast to dilate the coronary arteries. So our aim is to dilate the coronary arteries as much as possible, then only you see the lesions clearly. So all these patients were given nitrates. However, we have the data about their the drug usage, but we have not matched them. I don't think it will have a big impact, because when they are given nitrates, we will dilate the coronary arteries maximally.
And these are the people who have been sort of born in that country, or they are sort of migrated people from the South Asian countries?
This South Asian group included both the first and second generation migrants.
Right. Okay.
But I can't tell you the exact number, but I can see that most of them were newly migrated people, and most of these people in Vancouver are from Punjab origin. Right. Only 2 Sri Lankans were included here.
Yes, Professor Suri.
Can I ask a question, Dr. Namal? Has this kind of luminal diameters reported by anyone else, especially Asians and Caucasians?
Yeah, that's what that's what I said. So this has not been done before. So one of the problems we have is, because it has not been done before, we don't have the normal values for these people. Even the normal values for these people are these ones. Because that's why we had to be extra careful. We use 2 investigators when the